Hello and welcome to another tier list video. Today we are taking a look at my favorite fruit, bananas, and I'm going to be looking at banana ripeness at different stages and ranking that ripeness on how good it is to eat, how useful is it at that stage. So starting us off, we have a completely green banana, which I hope none of you out there have had to endure eating a banana at this stage of ripeness when it is just completely green. But let me tell you, it's terrible. I had to eat a banana entirely at this stage of ripeness one time because I lost a bet that thought there was no way I was going to lose. But let me tell you, bananas at this stage, they don't even want to be eaten. If you try and peel a banana at this stage, it's really difficult. Like, you're not even really peeling the banana at that point. You're like breaking it open. Like, the peel is so tough that it's like snapping and cracking when you're like trying to open it up. And then you get to the banana and visually, the banana inside looks fine, but when you take a bite, it is just terrible. I mean, it's like hard, like way too hard for a banana, and there's just no banana flavor there. It basically tastes like you're biting into cardboard, essentially. It's like almost crunchy. It's just so bad. I hope none of you have to eat a banana at this stage, and if you actually like eating bananas like this, I'm sorry, but you should probably get checked out. There's a good chance that you may be a psychopath. So, bananas, this green, definitely going to be in the F tier. Up next, we have mostly green with some yellow. So, at this stage of banana ripeness, as you can see in the picture, there's a little bit of yellow kind of breaking through now, but there's still kind of that sickly lime green covering the entire outside. Now, this is the earliest stage which I would ever willingly eat a banana at. And only if I was starving. Honestly, bananas at this stage, they're still not good. The peel at this point, you can peel it open, but it's still really tough to peel open. And when you're biting into the banana, it doesn't have that banana flavor yet. And honestly, it's still usually a bit tough at this stage. So I know some people who like eating bananas at this stage, but really for me, still too unripe. It's not terrible. If I was on an island and I had nothing else to eat, I would eat these. Unlike the green bananas, which I'd rather starve to death. But these, they're bad, but edible. So they'll find themselves in the D tier. Up next, we have, I would say, with some green, I would say this banana stage is maybe 30 to 40% green, 60 to 70% yellow. So this stage is where I know actually a lot of my friends like to eat their bananas at this stage when there's still a decent amount of green on the banana. Personally, there's still a bit too much green here for me. At this stage, it's a bit easier to peel it open. The banana's not quite so tough, but it doesn't have that distinct, strong banana flavor that I love in my bananas. So it's decent, it's edible, but for me, it's still a little bit too unripe. So it's going to find itself in the C tier. Up next, we have a mostly yellow banana. We're looking here 90 to 95% yellow, 5 to 10% green. This is kind of the beginning of the ideal window for me. I have a decently wide window, I would say. Maybe if it's sitting on your shelf for your banana, there's about a 4-day window, which is ideal to eat those bananas, in my opinion. And this is kind of the earliest stage of that. And I will say I prefer my bananas to be a little more ripe than underripe. And here we're just a little bit underripe for me. But it's still pretty good. At this point, the banana, it's nice and soft, really easy to peel it open. Definitely have no issue with eating these bananas at this stage, and it's going to find itself in a solid A tier. Up next, we have completely yellow bananas. So at this point, there's no green whatsoever, and there's no brown dots yet at this point. This is a pretty short stage. Maybe your bananas are going to stay here for about a day before they start getting some brown spots. But this, for me, is kind of the beginning of the inner window of the perfect banana. A completely yellow banana is great. It's easy to peel open. It's easy to eat. You're starting to get that strong banana flavor that bananas get when they get a little more ripe. And honestly, just delicious. This right here is where it's my favorite fruit. Definitely going to be in the S tier. Up next, we have still completely yellow bananas at this point. We're not going to be seeing any more green from here on out. And here, we're just getting a few brown dots. So we're talking maybe 5 to 10% of the surface area of the bananas are brown dots. And this right here is my personal favorite banana ripeness. I mean, if there's like 10 to 20 brown dots on the banana and it's completely yellow, that's my ideal banana. This is my favorite one to eat. It's soft, it tastes like banana, easy to peel. I just have no complaints about this one. My favorite stage of banana ripeness, definitely going to be in the S tier. Up next, we're getting into a little more of the brown dots now. We're looking at here, maybe 40 to 50, maybe 60% of the banana is now brown dots. This is getting towards the tail end of where I like to eat bananas. This is a little bit past my ideal ripeness. It's still good, and the banana is really easy to peel at this point. You know, as it gets more ripe, the peel gets easier and easier to come off, which is always a nice plus. And the banana flavor is pretty strong here, but as you get too many brown dots, the banana gets to be a little bit too soft, and I don't like it when it starts to get mushy, so this is kind of the tail end of where I like to eat bananas, but still good, still a solid choice, so it's going to find itself up in the A tier. Last but not least, we have the mostly or completely brown banana. Now, I've eaten bananas at this stage, and it's just not great. The peel, it comes off almost too easily at this point. Like, you pick up the banana, and it's just half peeled on its own already. But when you eat it, it feels like somebody kind of squeezed the banana a little bit. Like, it's a little too mushy. At this point, it might be bruised. Like, it's just too soft in too many places on the banana, and it just doesn't feel right to eat. With that in mind, there are some use cases for mostly or completely brown bananas, and that's, you know, making desserts. Something like banana bread. You want to use completely brown bananas because you want that strong banana flavor, and it doesn't matter if it's a soft banana, so... you know, it still has its use cases. I would not recommend eating this one plain. If I was eating this one plain, it'd probably be a D tier. But because you can use it for desserts, it's still got its use cases, so it'll find itself in the C tier. Well, that's my list. Let me know your guys' thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed.